Hey, everybody, you're listening to the Songwriters Across Texas podcast, where we get to know musicians through their stories and hear some of their music. I'm your host, Karl Anderson, and today we're broadcasting from Arlen Studios in Austin, and our guest is Bob Schneider. Two seamless takes up right off the bat.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
All right, I like it.
What's the highest batting percentage of all time history?
360.
What if you always could you get 1,000 if you
If you
never
hit,
miss?
gotta hit every time.
So
yeah.
you're hitting 1,000 right now.
It's gonna go downhill quick.
All right, well, let's see where we're at here. I mean, barely hitting it, but hitting it at 1,000 right now. Both went out of the park.
No.
Just loosen up now.
I'm hot again. I'm hot.
Yeah, it's hard. That's the reason that those upper threes are so high.
That's right. Ty Cobb.
Yeah.
That best hitter ever. 361.
People get cold. Real quick.
You still got okay, right. Bob Schneider spent his childhood and formative years in Michigan, Germany, El Paso, and finally landing in Austin, Texas. He's had several successful bands and several different genres, but it's his band Lonelyland's 20-plus year residency at the Saxon pub that impresses the most. He's going to kick us off with our show today with a song called Jaws. Welcome to the show, Bob.
Thanks, Carl. When you say goodbye, it's like the Hindenburg exploding in the sky. It's like the end of The Catcher in the Rye. It's like a needle in a pie. It's like a me, oh my. But when you say hello, it's like the video by Coldplay called Yellow, long before G. Paul Tro and the pretentiously named kids they had, or the conscious uncoupling that made me sad. But when you say you're here, it's like a party with free beer. It's like when rainbows first appear. It's like a rooftop full of reindeer. And when you text my phone, it's like the movie Home Alone, where the bad guys have been scorched. I never saw the film, of course, because I was a full-grown man when that movie came out. When you say what up, it's like the scene in Jaws when they're swimming in the sea and no one's getting eaten by the shark. 'Cause that part breaks my heart. So don't ever leave the beach. Don't walk into the sea. Haven't you learned a thing? Didn't you see that movie? I saw it when I was 8 years old. That's much too young to see that movie. But pretty much my youth was like the running of the wolves. I was like Mowgli in the wild. I was a sensitive child. Now I'm a sensitive man. I hope you understand. I'm doing the best I can. So don't ever leave the beach. Don't walk into the sea. Haven't you learned a thing? Didn't you I was Lucinda Williams, I'd definitely redo that one.
Wow.
But I'm not, so it's good enough.
Why, if you were Lucinda, would you redo
Oh, just
it?
because I made a couple mistakes during that recording of that song.
Uh-huh.
But who cares? Here's what I've realized at this point in my life: nobody cares. So why should I? And that's been working.
That works out pretty good.
It works out pretty good. It works out surprisingly good, actually, and it makes me realize why I've spent a lot of energy caring.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent most of my life caring, and nobody cares. So that was some wasted energy.
Did it feel like that was like a joke on you, sort of?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it made me better than I would have been if I just wouldn't have cared at all the whole time. So, maybe some good came of it.
I feel like you have to care about something.
Do you?
I mean, you don't. I mean, you don't have to do anything, obviously, except the only one thing you ever have to do is die. That's for sure.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I mean, this body.
I don't know. All I know is being alive. I don't know anything about death.
I don't know if that's true. How could that not be true? You've had people die.
Well, yeah, that's other people. That's not me. Didn't you have that thing when you were a kid where you're like, is anybody else alive? Maybe I'm just experiencing. Maybe this is just like a movie or a video game.
Yeah, I actually still have that.
Yeah.
I'm actually, and you're one of the first people I ever talked. We went to The Matrix together when it came out.
Oh, dude.
And that was like, okay.
That was pretty powerful, that movie, when we saw. Did we see that together?
We did, in the theater.
It's amazing.
I think Casey came with us. But yeah, no, I like.
Have you watched that movie recently? It does not hold up.
I haven't. I tried to watch the new one.
Ooh.
I didn't.
That one didn't hold up either, and they just made it.
I was kind of.
Talk about people that maybe don't care anymore. The people that made
that
movie.
Like they cared a lot. It just didn't.
Did they care?
I think
they didn't care about making any sense or making a good movie. That's for sure.
I'm with you.
Maybe they just cared about making that.
We don't always agree either on movies.
What's that?
We don't always agree on movies. We just agreed on that one.
Dude, we never agree on movies.
Remember?
Do
you remember when we went to Ali and we were the only one in the theater?
We agree on movies that are really bad or really good. But everything in the middle, we pretty much disagree on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is the way it should be.
I like it. We could have had our own movie review show.
Yeah, it's called I'm Right and You're Wrong.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ. That would have been the perfect name.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just start. That'll be our next podcast. I beg to differ.
That's beautiful. I like it. Hey, how do you remember all your words?
I don't. I have an iPad here that's got all the lyrics in it.
But how do so many words come out of you? I remember once you did you were out of town for your Saxon gig and you did this sort of like karaoke bob. Mm-hmm. And then a bunch of people came and you said, Karl, do you want to do one? And I said, yeah, I'll do one. And I did Big Blue Sea, which is, you'd think I heard that song 1,000 times. I started looking at all the lyrics and stuff. I'm like, how's he get that out of his mouth?
Yeah, that one's got some tricky little rat-tat-tat wordplay in it. And, yeah, I'll tell you what happened one time. I used to play in the Scabs in the 90s, and it was a big band. There was 9 people in it, and I was the lead singer. I didn't play anything.
Horns.
And I couldn't make one of the shows. We were playing every Tuesday, and it was packed every week. It was like, and we just didn't want to miss a week. So I was like, well, why don't you just get somebody else to front the band? I mean, how hard can that be? And they got Dan Dyer, from Breedlove to do it. And he had a really hard time doing it. It made me feel pretty good about what I do. Because after that, they were like, yeah, we're never doing that again. So I felt pretty good about it.
I'm not kidding when I said, I had the lyrics in front of me and I sat, and I was like, the rat-tat-tat's a good way of, don't know what to do with myself.
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn. But I think the people that are really good at stuff tend to make it look easy. Like, I never really thought much about Van Morrison and, his singing. I liked his songs. I thought, oh, this guy's a good songwriter. But then I tried to actually sing a couple of his songs. I realized, oh, these songs are really, really hard to sing.
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye. Now, obviously, he's got a great voice, and, that's one of the things he's known for. But man, when I tried to sing one of those songs, I didn't realize how hard it was until I actually did it. So
Don't you like those surprises?
I do.
I do too.
Yeah.
I've been. You have over 2,000 songs. It's probably what? It's almost 3,000 now, isn't it?
I don't know how many it is at this point, but whenever somebody says like I don't even like to say that I've written that many songs, because you just immediately discount that. Like, they're not, you immediately like, oh well, he's written 2,000 really bad songs.
I understand what you're saying, but what it means is, one, you have this incredible work ethic that because you keep writing, and you have so many songs that are what I would call like hits. I mean, I know that you and the radio have never been the most friendly with each other or the radio hasn't been the most friendly with you, would probably be a better way to put it, outside of Austin maybe. But I always thought you had so many songs that should be in the public consciousness throughout. Like Big Blue Sea is one of them.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir on that one, for sure. I mean, I like what I do, without a doubt. But I mean, I'm always skeptical. Like, just anytime somebody tells me something's good, my first thought is, no, it's not. It's not going to be good. Or if somebody's like written a bunch of songs, I'm like, well, they're mostly terrible, I'm sure. Even somebody like Dolly Parton or something. Oh, Dolly Parton's written like 1,000 songs. I'm like, yeah. But how many have we heard? We've heard 30 of them. And those are great songs.
Right.
But I have a feeling those other, 970 are probably not great.
But that doesn't really matter.
It does matter.
I mean, what matters is you probably needed to write them all to get the 30 good ones.
Well, I think I got more than 30 good ones. I think I have hundreds of good ones. But I did need to write a couple thousand to get a couple hundred good ones.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
We were talking about batting averages and stuff, and how it's the same thing. You're talking about taking cuts.
Well, the people that write, they only put out what they write. Like Paul Simon's a prime example of somebody who only writes the songs that are on his records. Like,
he doesn't
it's not like
Prince.
No, it's not like Prince, where there's hundreds or maybe 1,000 songs that he never put out on records. With
Right.
Paul Simon, there aren't any songs that he hasn't put out. The problem with that is that on almost every record, there's a few exceptions. There's terrible, terrible Paul Simon songs on those records. I mean, even like that Simon and Garfunkel's record that's got Bridge Over Troubled Waters, there's 2 or 3 just unlistenable songs on that.
I don't remember ever spinning a Simon, except the greatest hit Simon and Garfunkel from cover to cover.
Yeah, there's no bad songs on the greatest hits
I
album.
know. That's why I was like, gosh, I
pretty
don't have a real album experience with them, oddly.
But yeah, I think for me, I need to write a bunch of songs just so I can get some perspective. Because if I write 10 songs, I'm going to think all 10 songs are pretty good. I'm going to go, this is my favorite, this is my least favorite, but these are all 10 of these songs are good. Now, if I write 100 songs, I'm going to have 90 songs that aren't as good as these 10 songs. And it just gives you more perspective on what you're writing. So whenever I put out a record, I've got hundreds of songs that I think are candidates for a record. And then out of those hundreds of songs, I get to make my record instead of, it's just like a sports team. Mm-hmm. If you've got hundreds of people vying for the job, you're going to have a better sports team than if you got 12 and you need 11.
Absolutely.
So
you have songs like that, like Tarantula, right? That they're Batman, that people are like every show you play, what do you play, 200 shows a year?
No, I think I play around, I average around 150. That was pre-pandemic, and then we're inching our way back to that.
Gotcha.
150 is like the sweet spot. That's 3 a week. That's a good number. Anything more than that, I've gotten up to maybe 175. Anytime you start getting up to 200, it gets to be too much. Then you're playing 4 times a week. You kind of like lose any sort of perspective on why you're even playing the songs. You're just up there kind of just going through the motions, and you're like, why are people here? It gets to be really kind of surreal. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand people that tour where they're playing like 5 or 6 shows a week for like 6 months or a year. You start losing focus and track
mm-hmm.
of what's going on.
I could see how that would be.
And I mean, I love to play music. I mean, So it's a combo with me. I love to perform new songs. So as long as I get to play some new songs in my set, I'll play all the old songs all day long.
And
But
you do have a lot of old songs to choose from.
I do, and you want to give people something that they're familiar with because like music, unlike anything else, like you like the songs you like,
Yeah.
and you want to hear those songs.
Right.
So I don't mind doing that as long as I get to play new songs and start folding new songs into the set that hopefully people will respond to and like, and then it changes and it stays fresh over time.
You also have a way of being able to play a completely different version of a song. So, just really approach that same song in a different way.
I kind of let that go a little bit. It's kind of hard work, and it works sometimes to do it differently, but you just end up doing like reggae versions of all your songs, which is fine. But then you get tired of those versions, and usually the versions that are put on my records are kind of the definitive versions,
Sure.
And I like playing them like that, and people know them that way. So, I mean, I do a little bit of that, especially at Saxon Pub. Like if somebody requests a song that I've done 1,000 times, I'm going to do it a different way at Saxon.
See, I always thought that was at least half for yourself, just so that you didn't go crazy.
Sure.
Or feeling like, you were just dialing up a performance.
Well, the Saxon Pub's different because I think of that as sort of a laboratory on Monday nights. It's sort of a way to figure out which songs work in front of a live audience, which songs sound good with the band, because we don't practice. Maybe I practiced 15 or 16 years ago, but now I just send the songs to the guys. And I'm like, learn these songs to the best of your ability, and then we just go down to Saxon and try them out. And so I'm hearing the songs with the band just the way the audience is for the first time.
Right.
So that's kind of exciting, and sometimes it's really magical, and sometimes it just doesn't work. And so...
But that's the kind of the genius of that room for you, that you get to use it as a place to test stuff out, and the audiences show up.
Yeah, I just like playing. I mean, I love playing new music, and I get a chance to do it. People that don't play music for like long periods of time in front of people, I'm like, I don't even understand how they can do that. Like people go on tour and then they won't play for like 6 months or a year.
At all?
At all. I'm like, what is that? That's so weird.
Uh-huh.
And it can't be helpful. Like I know I've gotten better over the years just by playing every week. And I also think songwriting's a muscle too, in terms of like you have to use it. Like you have to use that creative muscle, or otherwise it atrophies and kind of dies. I know people that take breaks from writing songs, and if you take a break for a year and don't write any songs, good luck trying to write another song.
It is like a muscle. It's like running, or if or push-ups. If you don't do them, and then when you try to get back doing them, it's like, oh God.
Yeah, I mean, you get, and when it's different too when you're younger. I think when you're younger, your brain can take in more information. I think songwriting is basically the way it works is you just take in a bunch of information, kind of goes through your subconscious, comes out of your mouth. And when you're young, you have this massive capacity to do that. As you get older, it gets less and less, unless you exercise it, regularly, which I do, which I've been doing for years and years. But you can see it in almost everyone who doesn't write on a continual basis, how they just get pretty bad. I mean, I think songwriting is something you can continue to do for your whole life, as long as you continue to do it. And if you stop at any point, again, it's like exercising.
Yes.
You can get back into shape, but it's going to take a lot of time and effort. And are you really ever going to get back into real shape again?
Coming out of COVID, I had gained 2 pant sizes because I was just wearing like stretchy pants the whole time, and
Right.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, I got pretty big, and it took a real long time to figure out how to get that off. Battle of the willpower, man. But it gets harder and harder the older you get.
Sure does. I'm hungry. I'm tired and hungry all the time. How are you feeling? Tired and hungry.
That might be your podcast title, Tired and Hungry.
Dude, you know that the young folks are going to be listening to that. What podcast are you listening to? Tired and Hungry with B. Schnids.
With B. Snitty.
What's it about? Well, he just talks about being tired and hungry all the time.
I think we're running close on time, but tell me a little bit on about your guitar there.
Well, I've got a 6-year-old daughter. Actually, she just turned 7, but she was 6, I guess, when she
She's 7.
got on this guitar with her stickers. Her and her mom. Her mom, my wife, I should call her.
My wife.
She does. She's an artist, and she takes these like kind of messed up pictures of people who are like passed out and stuff, or like just in like sketchy situations, and then she'll put these like, you know, unicorn and rainbow stickers on them, and she's incredible. She's an amazing poet and artist. So nice. Her and my daughter covered this thing with stickers, and I loved it. I was like, oh, that's cool.
That is cool. I love it too.
I like it.
I'm glad we featured it on the show.
Yeah.
Are we? I feel like we are out of time at this point.
We're out of time, and yet we've made no muffins.
I feel like we're out of time at this point. That was one. See, walking was an impersonation.
I'm not good at walking. The only
well,
my go-to is
funny,
Liam. My go-to is Liam Neeson now.
Oh yeah, let me hear.
We've how do I get into the character? I have to do the thing from Taken. I don't know who I'm talking to on the phone right now, but I must assure you. That's it. It's sure you. I must assure you that I have acquired some skills over the last 25 years of my career that make me a nightmare for men like yourself. We have almost run out of time on this podcast, but we have made no muffins. We must make some muffins so that they have some content to put on the CW. No muffins were made.
That was on. That was spot. I mean,
it got there for a second. Yeah, I don't know. It's like riding a wave. I can't do it for very long.
Also, if you haven't heard it in a while, I find that, or you haven't done it in a while, it's like it's harder. Like I like it too.
Well, I've never actually seen any Liam Neeson movies, so that's difficult. I've never heard.
You
him
didn't see
talk.
Taken?
I've heard people do an impression of him, so I just do the impression of people doing the impression.
That's legit.
It's legit.
You have one more song for us, brother?
Sure, yeah.
What's this one called?
I guess it just depends on which song I do.
That's an interesting title. I couldn't help myself.
I'll do a song called God is Real.
Nice. I like this one too.
I'm running from the Kung Fu Kings. Smoke spills from the sky. The blood of all of my enemies is finally running dry. I hope God is real. I hope God is real. You said you saw a unicorn, but you're so full of it. I shooting for the Holy Grail, but I don't think you're it. I hope God is real. I hope God is real. couldn't get over. You're the van outside in the dark. You're the rainbow stretched so tight. Its strings are razor sharp. I hope God is real. I hope God is real. And heaven is waiting for us all.
Bob Schneider, everybody. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.